Okay, we're looking at surface area of spheres. It's probably a good idea for you to basically look in YouTube or on the internet for a video that shows it. This try these method is a little bit hard because it's out of paper and it's really like you're trying to sort of wrap a ball with paper, but how does that wrap when it's one dimension, two-dimensional over three-dimensional? Here's a video that I found that I'll play for you. Just a sec.
Tell me you're a runner. You're pushing on and powering.
So basically from that video, you could see that when they traced around what the circumference of the sphere was and made 4 circles, then peeled off the orange peel, which is the surface area, it covers 4 circles. So the formula for the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, 4 circles. Yeah, I don't know if they have it there. So surface, oops. Okay, so an official NBA basketball has a circumference of 29.5 inches. How much leather to the nearest square inch is needed for the surface? So the surface area of a sphere matches the area of a rectangle that could wrap around it. How long would a rectangle need to be to wrap around? So this is like sort of that different version that they were talking about up here. And so it's basically wanting to know what the circumference is, right? So the circumference would be 29. And so that would have to be the rectangle. And then how wide would the rectangle need to be? So the diameter would be that circumference divided by pi. Because pi times diameter gives you circumference, so working backwards. Oops, I want to clear. And then, sorry, what am I doing here? 29.5 divided by pi. Okay, 9.3901. 9.3901. Okay, so how much leather is needed for the surface? So the surface area is the length of that rectangle times the diameter of the ball. This is that alternate method. This is the one that you've probably been using before, and that's like the what that video was showing. This is an alternative method. So the length of the rectangle is 29.5, and the diameter we just figured out was 9.3901, and so we multiply those together. So there, that's in there, and then times 29.5, and that's 277.0092. So basically 277 square inches of leather. Now let's take a look and see if we did it the other way. 4 pi times the radius squared. Now we'd still have to, in this case, we weren't given the radius. We did find the diameter, so we would have to divide that diameter by 2 to get the radius, and then square it. So let's do that. 9.301 divided by 2. Oops, not that. It's 9.3901 divided by 2. Okay, and then we'll go 4 times pi times that value squared. And you can see it's only different to a few decimal places. So it rounds to 277 as well. Okay, so either one works. Next one, the circumference of a spherical gas tank is 50 meters. What is the surface area of the tank? So again, it's giving you the circumference. It's not giving you the diameter or the radius. So first thing, what is the radius of the storage tank? So we have to remember circumference is 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. So here, if we're wanting, if they're asking for the radius, then let's use this formula. So that means we divide both sides by 2 pi. So that's 50 divided by 2 pi. And good note here that when you're dividing by 2 pi, you do need those brackets in your calculator. So let's practice that. So 50 divided by bracket 2 pi. Okay. Now, if you do it in steps, you don't need brackets. You could go 50 divided by 2, but make sure you go enter, and then divide by pi, and then enter. If you have a graphing calculator like mine, or other versions as well, sometimes if you do 50 divided by 2 pi, I'll show you, it gives you a big number because it's dividing by 2, it's doing order of operations, and then multiplying by pi. Casio calculator, I think, assumes that you mean that's in the denominator. Another thing, in some calculators, you can do a fraction. So alpha y equals on this one, enter on 1, and it turns to a fraction. You put 50, arrow down, you put 2 pi. So you can see it's all in the denominator. Cursor out, enter. Okay, so 7.9577. 7.9577. So good to get used to your calculator. Hopefully you've had it for a while, so you're good with it. And then the surface area. So now they're using the sort of more traditional formula for pi r squared. So now it's 4 pi times that answer that we just got, which was 7.9577. And so in our calculator, we can go 4 pi times, and then so you can copy it or just do it to 4 decimal places, squared, and it's 795.7747. 795.7747, and rounding that, that's basically 796 meters squared. Okay. All right. So a couple different versions of formulas for surface area of a sphere. You can choose whichever one you want. All right. So do the practice before the next lesson.